amazing. Sorry, that message came out. Yeah, we are the key to this. We have got the amazing product that I don't think there's anything around to touch it, and I keep doing some research and looking. So let's start whipping through some of these facts. 1 in 4 people will die of heart disease. There's cancer, there's diabetes, there's obesity. There's increasing toxins in our world and how we live. The quality of our food is not what it used to be. And if you watch this program, you will see the difference in our food over the last few decades. There is a loss of 50 to 80% of key nutrients just in broccoli, and all our food is going that way. So we need to be healthier. Obesity across the world has risen tenfold in the last 50 years. That is astronomical, and all the governments in all the world are trying to do something about it, and nothing's happening. It is still accelerating. And this program was about ultra-processed foods and why it's accelerating. So what can we do? All the things that Juice Plus company were now really embracing the whole health ethos. All the things that Juice Plus company tell us to do, and that is exercise, sleep, quality of sleep, manage our everyday stress, drink plenty of water, use safer products. And over the years, Juice Plus is the only company that I know of, and I've done a looked at many products, and I'm sure the companies still say this, that does so much research. I think it's the only one in the market that does all the research and the what's in the fruits and vegetables. We know that they are good for us. We know how good they are for us. And there are hundreds and hundreds of studies on fruits and vegetables to say that they're good for us. Grandparents told us, Nikki, I think Nikki's on here, our favorite line is, Granny was right, absolutely brilliant. Yes, she was, but we're still not blinking well listening, are we? So they're still absolutely top of the tree. The bad news is we've got all this extra stress. We've got all this extra oxidative stress happening. We've got all these extra things happening. But the good news is if we eat the fruits and vegetables, we've got the antioxidants in there to counteract that, to make us live longer, to make us, help us have really healthy lives. So this is really, really important. The guy on there who is a doctor and who's on the Horizon programs put himself through a four weeks of eating ultra processed food and not fresh food, and his whole body stats, and more importantly his brain messages, changed. So they really do save our lives. We need to have 7 to 13 servings. Some people say 10 to 15, it varies, but we need to have tons. At the end of the day, we need to have tons. And we need to have that. And a lot of Americans and a lot of British now, especially in the UK, we all turn to multivitamins and minerals. There is no evidence to show they work, but there is evidence to show that fruits and vegetables work. And that's all we're recommending and taking, guys, is fruits and vegetables. Mega important, really precious fruits and vegetables. And there's tons of research now, resource now from the Juice Plus company. There has never been more. So you can read about it, you can learn about it, you become a professor of your own product and really understand it. There's loads of stuff online. There is even recipes, exercise programs, the lot. So start sharing your story, but get to know and understand the Juice Plus products, why you take them and why you recommend them. So why are they so good? First of all, starting with the capsules. They are whole food. This program emphasizes that we do not want fractionated foods. We do not need to eat foods that have been highly processed, gone through several changes and have lots of additives. And we don't want to take things out of foods. That's why there's no studies to show that vitamins and minerals individually work very well. So it is whole food harvested at the peak of ripeness. When the nutrition is intact, it is pulverized, not juiced, and dried into powders. And the plant powders are put into these capsules. And the even better thing is that the capsules are now made from vegetables themselves. They're made from fermented tapioca. And the oxygen barrier on those is even better than a nutraceutical capsule. And the reason we say that is to keep those precious nutrients intact. Juice Plus could sell it in powders in a tub and it would be much cheaper to produce. But once you open that tub of that powder, it starts to oxidize. It gets moisture from the air and it gets oxygen. That's what makes the fruit and veg oxidize. I'll talk about the omegas in a minute. So these were picked from the very beginning when Juice Plus was first discovered and first invented by Dr. Santillo. They were brought together for their synergy and for their variety and their orchestra effect and their rainbow effect. And this is why we've got these 30 varieties, and they're now grown specifically for Juice Plus in the best growing areas of the world, and mostly juiced, dried on the premises. The omegas, when the omegas first came out, I thought I'd have to take a krill alongside these plant omegas because I wasn't convinced there'd be enough the nutrition that I wanted from them, but it is just brilliant. And we know from research on omega-3 that it helps heart, brain, joints, and skin and eyes. And the best thing about ours is that, again, it's encapsulated beautifully, which does not need high heat to process it. So every time you eat a capsule, an encapsulated omega, especially the omega-3s, they are if they're an intrasurgical capsule, they are heat sealed. So it's like Russian roulette and everyone, they could be damaged. Ours are never damaged, and we know they don't get damaged. And the omega-3 comes from a fantastic source called Schizochytrum, which is the algae the fish eat to get their omega-3, which means we are not only not depleting fish stocks, we are not even interrupting our oceans. So couldn't be better. And I've had some brilliant testimonials and results from using omegas, especially with older people who have achy joints and sort of inflammatory disorders. And when you put it alongside the capsules, the fruit, veg, and berry premium capsules, wow, it is just an amazing combination. So all of those are our key products, our frontline products, and they are pristinely grown, pristinely processed in the processing they do, and they are always kept intact. And that's what we have that we can brag about over other products. And if people ask you, why do they cost what they cost? You explain that it's because they're encapsulated, not left in powder form, because they are high quality powders to start with, and they are kept intact in these vegetable-based capsules. Complete shakes, I love these. I've used them from sick children with cystic fibrosis in recent years, children with other disorders, diabetic children, with loads of children, and they love them for pancakes and for drinks. And I've used them with top athletes, with an athlete who got a gold and 2 silvers, took 7 seconds of the world record. So we all need macronutrients, and our supermarkets and everything are full of what looks like macronutrients, but is over-processed macronutrients and really has not much nutritional value at all. So I always recommend in my programs, and I've got a program just being launched, which is called Walk the Weight Off Mind and Body, which is a mind-body holistic program. And I highly recommend in that you start the day with a smoothie, even if it's not a Juice Plus smoothie, because you can add greens and other berries and things for circulation. When you put the Juice Plus complete powders in that, it is a super smoothie because it's got fantastic fiber. It is slow release sugars. It gives you that sustained energy. My Olympic cyclist did all his road races on it, and really made a huge difference to him. So it is an amazing product, and that goes through to the soups and the bars as well. The shakes are my favorite, but in the winter, they are really good because it's a savory taste. And we want to get away from sweet taste sometimes, because even when we put anything sweet in our mouth, our body starts to produce insulin, and we develop this, what people call a sweet tooth. We're not born with a sweet tooth, we develop it. And our complete in Europe and the UK is not terribly sweet. The American one, I think, tastes a bit sweeter, but the soups are really good to counteract that, have them for a change. And one of my athletes who did 16 14 marathons in 16 days. In Nepal, I used just the soups. As soon as he finished and before he started, cold. Not my cup of tea, but he did really well in it. So all the complete range are just brilliant. And we need some help these days, guys. We really need some help from what is available in our supermarkets. They are making the difference between fresh foods and processed foods in price. They are now extending it. And we don't want that to happen. So this is a really inexpensive way to add fabulous nutrition into what we're missing. And what we're missing is bridging the gap. And that is what we should say all the time. We should say Juice Plus is not a meal replacement. Juice Plus is not a fast track weight loss product. It is full of nutrition that bridges the gap between what we can eat, what we do manage to eat, even when you really mean to eat it, and what we actually should eat. So that bridges the gap between what we want to eat and we don't, and what we should eat and we get. And it's what we do every single day that makes the difference. So families in the UK now have a diet that's 57% ultra-processed food. So ultra-processed food is not the ingredients like butter, milk, fermented things like cheese, which is minimally processed. They're ingredients, they're okay. It is the ultra-processed, like chicken to chicken nuggets. That's the difference. Oh, sorry, my tower garden just started up. So that's the difference. And we are now eating 57% ultra-processed food. We need Juice Plus more than ever, guys. So don't let your confidence go when you talk about it. Be really keen and be really confident to tell people this is the best product on the market. It's not a multivitamin, and it has the best certification of any other product on the market. And it's the most researched for what it is. So our product has got anything that they ask for, and the studies are available on PubMed. The studies are amazing. I love the studies. I'm all about the science, and all these universities, which are really well respected, have done studies on our amazing product. It is loved by doctors. And most of my distributors are now practitioners. That's why I can't get anyone on a Saturday. They've all got clinics, and so most of my distributors are now practitioners, and my customers are in lots of countries in the world. But doctors love this product, and there's a new breed of doctors called functional medicine doctors now. So if you hear of one, do tell them about Juice Plus, and be confident when you tell them, because their teaching that they are now having in nutrition, it fits the bill perfectly. So you know the children's research study, and that 57% I told you earlier with adults eating ultra-processed food, young children are eating 64% processed food. We feed more to our kids than ourselves. And some adults, some adolescents are as much as 68 ultra-processed foods. So that's really bad, and we really need this more than ever. So if you're a young person, spread it to all your young friends, tell them all about it. Be confident when you talk about it, and get your facts right. And if you don't know them, direct them to somebody who does. And the last thing I want to say is that my tower garden has just started up. I hope it's not interrupting the sound, but it's coming soon, and tower gardens are going to be a whole new ball game and a whole new asset to our business, and a whole new arm to our business. So watch this space. Anyone's got any questions, you can message me or on Facebook or LinkedIn. That's me. Thank you very much.
Wow, Sue, that was absolutely amazing. I can remember seeing you on stage in Cardiff in 2014, and I remember seeing the cyclist as well, watching his video and absolutely crying my eyes out. And I remember watching the marathon runner and meeting him as well. That was an incredible event. I remember thinking, wow, this lady knows everything about the products. It was so impressive. And that was back in 2014. It was absolutely brilliant. Feel free to comment in the chat what your biggest takeaway was from that. Thank you so much, Sue. I think Granny was right. It was my big takeaway from that. I thought that was brilliant. Thank you so much. Feel free to comment in the chat, everybody, about the presentation. I thought it was amazing. I've never seen those slides before. So I'm going to introduce our next speaker, gives me great pleasure to introduce Santa. Santa is the first, let me just get this in front of me. This is such a big achievement. First Latvian National Marketing Director. Wow. Been part of the Juice Plus family for 2 years. Well, it was 2 years in March. Santa is originally from Latvia. It's been living in the UK for 15 years. She's also a mum to a teenage boy. Santa's mission is to inspire more women who want to dream more. After having a successful career in the corporate world, Santa felt she was just trading time for money and wasn't in control of her life. Yeah, I've been there in corporate. She wants people to believe that they can have more dreams and more choices. She's passionate about helping others to show them there is another way where you can have a career, you can be successful, and you can be a mom at the same time. Follow your dreams as they know the way. I love that. That is Santa's motto that she follows and inspires others to do the same. So please welcome Santa.
Wow, thank you, Julia. Thank you. Oh my God, I feel so nervous after Sue's presentation. I think we all definitely fired up. The products are incredible. And I'm here today just to talk about how to get started fast. I think we all want to have a fast success, but sometimes success doesn't come fast because I always say we are in a business of putting these little seeds and growing and then actually getting the results later on. But yeah, my name is Santa. I'm originally from Latvia. It's only a little place in Eastern Europe, so let me know if you actually know where the hell is Latvia. But if you can go away from this call and Google, actually see where the Latvia is, at least I will be like, yes, you have learned something new today. I've been here in UK now for 16 years. I've got a little boy, and I need to stop saying little boy. He's going to be 15 years old today, and yes, I know I don't look old enough, but I can assure you I am. And you know what, actually, funny story, today is the first day that I've decided to come on a Zoom call with, you know, full on confidence, with nothing on my face, thanks to these amazing products. I feel my skin is glowing, my hair is amazing, I'm full of energy. But yes, let's get started. So I'm going to talk to you about 5 simple steps how to get started fast. So as Julia said, I'm an NMD in a business. I have been in Juice Plus family for just over 2 years. I achieved NMD in 13 months, which was just insane. Obviously, it was not just down to me, it was down to my incredible team. And we are mainly all Latvian ladies across the world, building an empire and just inspiring healthy living around the world. But yeah, I do come from corporate world, and this was, I don't know, when you started, or maybe you're just thinking about joining the business. One of my things was, I'm too good for this business. Yes. My ego got nearly in the way because I thought, look at me, I've done 9 years in recruitment, I'm a director, I know it all, this is some little pocket business, I'm too good for this. Yes, that was me 2 years ago, but luckily I stuck it out, and I'm going to talk you through how I did this and how you can get fast start. So I'm not going to talk for ages. I'm going to really give you 5 simple steps that I do truly believe what you need to do every single day to get your business started on fast start. So if you can see, you might not be able to see, but I'm going to talk you through. But I'm a very visual person, and I know we all learn in different ways. Some need to hear, some need to write, some need to see. So I'm one of these people who loves writing down, and that's the way I remember. So I've got here retail and team building. When you join Juice Plus family, you can just do retail business and you can recommend the product, or you can also do team building. So it doesn't matter, you know, which way you decide to do. It only depends really on your biggest goals, how much income you would like to get. So let's start with retail. So retail is recommending our amazing products to others. So number 1, you need to use the product and share share your story to the world. And I think sometimes we forget, when we get on the product, you start to feel amazing and we go, yeah, I feel amazing, but actually, you know, share why you started, share that difference, you know, what the products have done for you. So number one is use the product, share your story, and share other people's story. I mean, this was one of my amazing light bulb moments when I realized this business is like a copycat business. Yes, we need to copy from the right people, but we can use and share also other people's stories, which is amazing. And anyone who works at the moment, you know, I'm sure you will agree, it's kind of like in offices, oh, I'm not going to tell you my secret, or I'm not going to tell you how I did this, just in case you get too successful and you achieve that next position and not me. Where here, we're just sharing the love. So number one, use the product. Number two, that I truly believe is one of the main things in the business, is adding value. You need to give value. And so many times we start this business and we put a couple of posts on, why my customers not coming to me? I just don't get it. You know, I'm not good enough and everything. But actually switch that mindset and go, what can I give to them? Not they need to come to you, but what can I give to them? And adding value doesn't have to be like Sue obviously is amazing. I mean, she's got this, you know, vast amount of knowledge about products and research. That doesn't mean we all need to be nutritionists and, you know, health professionals or fitness trainers. No, we can also add value about things that we are passionate. You love gardening, amazing. Go and share value about gardening. Maybe you love cooking, share some value around the cooking. It doesn't have to be around products and the business, but just share value, give something to people. They can go to you and go, wow, this person is really passionate. I can learn from this person. She's very inspirational. Or he, sorry, I know there are some guys. I'm so used to just speaking to ladies, so I'm not man hater, don't worry. It's just, yeah, it's a habit. Excellent. So we need to add value. Number three is blitz. And people who don't know what blitz is, all my business is built on blitz. Blitz is literally when we come together. We don't have to come together as a team. We can do at home in our own time, because I know some people work full-time, some part-time, some are mums, some night workers, etc. So blitz is 10 minutes, love and comment. So go on your social media and love and comment. Be an active social media users. And so many times we are waiting for the likes, we are waiting for the comments. But before you will get the likes and comments on your post, you need to give out love and comment other people's posts. 10 minutes, find, add, message. We all need to expand our social media. So 10 minutes I spend finding people, adding people, and messaging people. Just imagine, you know, this is the same like in normal world. You know, if you go out in a park, you're not just going to go, hey, tap on the shoulder and then run away. You're going to speak to that person. But sometimes in social media, we think we can just send friend requests and then run away. But send them a message, introduce yourself, just say, hi, how are you? Hope you have a lovely day. Doesn't matter what it is, but let's not run away from our social media friends. And then 10 minutes I spend asking a question. So the question is, hi, are you okay? I just want to see if you are open to know a little bit more about the amazing products. If no, that's okay. But just imagine this business is the same like traditional business. If you would open a shoe shop, you would not close the door and wait for people to knock on the door. You would open the door, you're going to go out, give out flyers, you're going to maybe pay for advertising on, I don't know, radio and whatever. So here we need to do the same. We need to go out there and ask the question if people are open. So some people say, I haven't got the time. So this structure gives you the ability to build your business in literally spaces of 10 minutes. So in the morning, you maybe do 10 minutes love and comment. Lunchtime, you do 10 minutes find, add, message. In evening, you do 10 minutes asking a question. And in time, in 10 minutes, you will be able to maybe ask 10 questions, and in time, maybe 20 questions. That's how we build our business. We don't have to create this new time and think we haven't got time. We do have a time. We just need to practice what we do in that time. Number 4, and I'm sure you've heard that the fortune is in follow-ups. So yes, we do need to follow up with people. If we are asking the question and the people maybe not responding, that doesn't mean no. That means no at the moment. So we need to follow up. I do apologize. I'm just going to put this dog away. Oh, Max. I'm so sorry. I'm sure all the dog mums and dads will understand what it's like to have a little puppy at home. So follow up, and not just once, not just twice, but if you need, follow up 10 times, because the magic and the fortune is in follow-ups. And number 5 is stay consistent. Yes, you do need to be consistent. So what I went through here is about 1 hour a day. And I'm sure we all spend 1 hour a day on our social media, and we can stay consistent every single day. We can share our story, we can add value, we can do our blitz, we can follow up, and we can be consistent. So why I've split down into 2, team building and retail. The reason for that is some people come in a business and they want to earn 100, 200 pounds a month, and that's fine. So they more than likely will spend most of their time doing retail business. But if you do want to kind of progress and hit these big promotions and have the lifestyle you want and freedom, you're probably going to be spending more time on team building. So whichever way you decide, that's absolutely fine. So team building, again, share your story, share your why. If we just go to people and say, right, come join my business, they go, well, why? But if we actually share the reason why we started. So for me personally, I started because I wanted to be a mum at home, and so many people can relate to that. And when we are inviting them to the Zoom calls and meetings, knowing your why, people get connected. They are not interested really, well, they're only interested what's in it for them. And if they can see, you know, how this business can relate and help them, they will come and listen to our presentation. Again, add value. So many people don't really know what network marketing is. I didn't know either. I literally had no knowledge whatsoever. And what I realized, you know, maybe I need to give value and tell people what is network marketing, you know, break down all these stigmas of pyramid schemes and everything else. And now I've got really good tip. If people say, you know, oh, is this pyramid scheme, we can go and say, yeah, but let's come and join at the top. Who doesn't want to be at the top? But yeah, I think it's about, you know, educating and giving value about network marketing as a whole. Blitz, again, instead of asking questions about the products, I would just go and say, are you open to hear more about the business opportunity? Again, is the same concept. Follow up and be consistent. So again, this system works for every single person. Either you want to earn £100 a month or you want to earn £5,000 a month, it's all the same. We all follow the same system. But yes, I might do 2 blitzes a day. I might do 3 blitzes a day. I'm going to spend more time on team building because I want to hit PMD plus. So really is you deciding what you want to achieve from this business, and go and never, ever give up. And before I finish off, I'm just going to tell you a little story about myself. So here I am, very confident in everything, but do you know what? I do come from very humble beginnings. When I came here to UK, I didn't have anything. I was a very young mum. I had Alex when I was 19, 20 years old. I was scared. I didn't know any family or friends. And at age of 20, I was nearly evicted from a house. And I ended up, you know, with 1-year-old child nearly on street. And it was heartbreaking. But from that moment, I decided I'm going to do whatever it takes to get this little boy everything he needs. When I came across this business, yes, I was skeptical. Why? because my ego got in the way. I thought I'm too good for this, but no, nobody's too good for this. This is incredible. And I remember the day, my first event, and the world is opening up. So I'm going to definitely say, go and attend every single event you can. It doesn't matter how long you need to drive there, but they do change your lives. And the first event, I was a month and a half in a business, and I saw this room full of amazing people. And instead of saying, you know, oh, I can't do this, I thought, why not me? If they can do it, I can do it. And then I set myself a goal, 12 months, hard work, and I'm going to do this. So I set myself target 12 months, and I hit NMD in 13 months. But the reason why I hit it, it wasn't because I wanted, but because I had a vision and I had a goal. I had a goal very clear in my head. I closed my eyes and I could see myself on one of these massive conventions on a stage with my little boy. And even now, I'm going to cry every time I speak about this. But what I'm trying to say is, I closed my eyes and I could see my little boy, Alex, being on the stage with me and going, Mummy, I'm so proud of you. That's only thing that got me to NMD. Why? These emotions. All you need is emotion. Why are you doing this? Share with the people. And if they laugh in your face, that's fine. You know, not a single positive person who achieves something in life will laugh about your dreams and goals. They will help you and support you. But I had this massive vision. All I wanted to do is for my little boy say, Mummy, I'm proud of you. And now I'm 2 years in. I'm a stay-at-home mum, not just for a child, but also this little silly dog that doesn't stop barking. I'm literally living my best life. But the best bit is, not only me, I'm successful, but I can help so many people. So you've got magic in your hands. Go out there and share every single day. Yes, I know there is hard. You've got kids, husbands, and everything else going on. And yes, I know people are going to laugh in your face and going to be like, no, this is not a real business, but they don't know your vision. But every time I had a negative person messaging me or laughing about me, I closed my eyes and I thought, okay, I can see this emotion. I can see what I want. I know why I'm doing this. And once you've got that vision, once you connect to emotion, this doesn't have to be your child. It can be a house, it can be a wedding. It doesn't matter what it is, but have a vision. Complete these simple steps every single day and you will be successful. And I will all see you next time in this massive convention, giving hugs and kisses to each of us, and we can do this. And now I would love for my girl Beata share her story just for 2 minutes. She's been in the business only a couple of months, well, 6-7 months, and last month she reconfirmed 2nd month of SC. Beata, where are you, darling?
Hi everyone, thank you, Santa. She is such an inspiration and I'm so happy to be in her team. A little bit about me. I am a single mom of 2. One is 4, one is 2. So my hands are full. I'm very busy. If I have 2 minutes quiet, that's like, you know, a moment for me. So I will tell quickly about my story. I became single mom shortly before I joined the business. And I really felt like I'm not doing anything with my life, just being a mom. I felt like I can do more. And I just felt like I love being mom, but I want to be more. And I didn't know how to do it, because I let my husband to build his career and I was at home, you know, and then that all changed. So sorry. 1 minute, 1 minute. That's not even 2 minutes. So yeah, that's why I joined the business. I was very skeptical about the product. I was very skeptical about the business. I just gave myself 3 months and I said, you know, if I can make my 50 pounds back, then fine. If I can't, then I tried, you know. So in three months, actually made my 50 pounds back times 10, you know, and I found my confidence I found a community that lifts me up. These positive Latvian girls, there's from other countries too, but we are just so positive community, you know, and it wasn't about money, it was just to prove myself I can be more. and this business gave that to me, and of course, I'm so sorry. This is, and you know what? This is actually how I do my business. So if you think you cannot do it because you have 2 small children, or you know, your hands are full, you don't have time, you do have time, just follow the tips Santa gave you and your mentor can give you, and business will grow. So that's it from me, really.
Girls, thank you so much. You were both absolutely incredible. And doesn't it just show everyone that you can just run this business around, well, as you girls have just done, around your children, around your puppies, and what an absolute inspiration you are to your children. So well done for your promotion and getting started and doing so well. And Santa, you are absolutely amazing as always. I've got so many hot tips from you. And I just love that Blitz thing. I've been doing that myself and I just absolutely love it. So thanks for all of your tips there. And our next speaker is Daniele Poggio, who is an SSC in the business. Daniele is an Italian and British entrepreneur. He owns a digestive health clinic in Harley Street in central London, and he got started on the Juice Plus products and recommends the products to his clients. He's now in the 7th year of his business and he's built an international team in Italy, Poland, UK, and Spain. And Daniele, are you there?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Good morning, and thank you so much for all of you for coming here. We have 125 people, so it's always great. And thank you, Sue, for the amazing product knowledge that you shared with us, because I learned a lot of things this morning. And thank you also, Santa, for your great tips on getting started fast. And actually, I want to make a segue with Santa, because the topic of today is the psychology behind successful teamwork. And I think Santa already shared a couple of really big golden nuggets. And one of them was at the very end when she was sharing her emotion and her vision. And I think this is one of the most important. I want to start with that, because when we start working with our team, it's very important for them to have a vision, but that vision needs to have an emotion behind it. So if one of our team, they share, for example, that they want to make £100 a month, what is the reason? What is the emotion behind that? So emotions are always very, very, very important. I would say they are the key. So, and second thing that Santa shared with us is that we all have different learning styles. So some people are going to be more visual, some people are going to be more auditorial, some people are going to be more kinesthetic. So it's very, very important that we try and find that out about our team members. And always remember, we are always biased by our own preferred. So if I'm more visual, I'm going to have a natural tendency to explain things to my team in a visual way. And then if people are not visual, if they are auditorial or kinesthetic, so I need to try and be aware of that so that we don't always fall in our default mode, but we use different styles of teaching to our team. So those two things that Santa mentioned, they're really, really important things. But what I want to mention to you tonight, and what kind of, like, if you allow me, qualifies me to talk to you about this, is because I've been working with the Tony Robbins organization for the last 15 years. Tony Robbins is the top a business coach in the world, and he's very, very good at kind of unlocking our psychology and explaining in very simple ways things that we can apply to our life to really maximize our psychology. Everything that we do, not just in Juice Plus, but everywhere else, is 80% psychology and 20% mechanics. So, Santa shared with us the actions that we need to do, the 5 things to go with retail, the 5 things to go with team building. Now, some of us are going to go, home and they're going to go and they're going to start applying all of these things. Others won't. Why is that? Because knowing what to do is not really the most important thing. The most important thing is doing what we know. So what drives us to take action? What drives us to do the things that we need to do, not just once, but day in and day out, right? So, and what drives us are the human needs. So this is a framework that Tony Robbins teaches of the 6 human needs. So I'm gonna paste them now in the chat so that you can take a look at it. And so these needs are basically the driving forces that are making us do the things that we do. Sorry, my computer has just started something. Sorry about that. The antivirus just kicked in. Okay, so these 6 human needs are the reasons why we do what we need to do in life. We all need a little bit of all of them, but they are in a different priority depending on who we are. Okay, and maybe as I explain them to you, if by reading on that list you kind of have a feeling of which one is the one human needs that you feel is the strongest for you, put it in the chat so that we can kind of, because obviously before we figure out what the human needs are of our team, we need to figure out our own. Okay, so I'm going to go really quickly with them. So the first of these human needs that we all have is the need for certainty. Okay, so certain thing that things are going to happen in a certain way, you know, certainty that obviously tomorrow morning we're going to wake up and we're going to have a roof over our head, you know, that we have a job, that we can pay the bills, these things, such things, right? Now, another need that we have is also the need of uncertainty or variety. Okay, so because obviously if things are always the same, you know, it's like in a relationship, right? With your husband or your wife, you want them to be dependable, you want things to be certain, you want things to be in a certain way, you know, but also we need a little bit of spice, right? We need a bit of variety. If your husband does always the same things to you day in and day out, I'm pretty sure at some point you're going to get a little bit bored and you want him to be a little bit more creative, right? So I'm giving you this example because obviously these things, they don't just apply with Juice Plus. These things are about life. And this is why they seep into the Juice Plus business, okay? So some of us, so we all have the need for certainty and we all have the need of variety. And as you can see, the two needs are a little bit contradictory to each other, right? So one is the need for certainty, for things to be in a certain way. The other one is the need of variety. So for things to be a little bit different, surprises, all these kind of things. Then we have the need for significance. So the need for significance is the need for us to feel unique, important, special, okay? So this is more about ourselves. And then need number 4, again, is a little bit in contradiction with the need for significance, is the need for connection and love. So which is the need to have a strong feeling of closeness or union with someone or something. So the sense of community. For example, the fact that we're all here, we're all sharing tips with each other with our coffee training this morning is fulfilling all of our needs for love and connection, you know, to be connecting to each other and to be part of this amazing community. Then we have the need for growth, which is a need for obviously for ourselves to grow and expand, to fulfill our potential, to becoming more of who we are. And then finally, we have the need of contribution. Contribution is to help other people, a sense of service, to help other people, supporting them, etc. Now, as you read through this list, you can see that the Juice Plus business can hit all of those human needs, right? So there isn't a single one of them that cannot be fulfilled with the Juice Plus business, you know, because we have a certainty. You know, we have a company that is 50 years old. We get paid on the 10th of the month. We have the variety because, you know, we can go and build in different parts of the world. We have the significance, you know, because we get the recognition on stage and all these kind of things. We have the connection and love, which is where, you know, we can be part of this community. We have the growth because, as we know, to grow in this business, we need to grow ourselves personally. And we have the contribution because, you know, we can help other people. Ultimately, you know, we're all sharing a very noble mission, which is the one of inspiring healthy living around the world. So before we start talking about the team, I want to know a little bit about yourself. If you want to put it on the chat, which one you think is your top human need? Because you may say, oh, all of them. Yeah, and of course it is, but we always have one of them that we always have them in a different order. okay? And the way that this order is going to be different. Right, exactly. Thank you for your contribution. I don't have time to read through all of them, but for the sake of time, but the way that we put them, the way the priority that we organize them for ourselves determine the actions that we're going to take. For example, one person whose need is the need for certainty is the top one. They're going to make certain decisions in life that are going to be different from somebody whose top need is variety. Okay, so for example, I'm thinking of, I don't know, like Bear Grylls, right? I don't think Bear Grylls' top need is the need for certainty, right? Because you see, he's an adventure guy. He goes all over the place in all these expeditions. So my guess would be that for Bear Grylls, his top need is variety, because he needs the next adventure, the next mission, and also probably growth, because he wants to see, he challenges himself and see if he can become more. Okay, so now once we understand the top need that we have, we can start identifying what the needs are of our team, because everybody, we join this business because we believe it's going to fulfill one or more of our needs. We stay in this business because we believe it's going to fulfill one or more of our needs. And probably some people end up leaving this business because somehow it stopped fulfilling their needs. Because if something, it's proven, if something fulfills two or more of our needs, our brain literally becomes addicted to it, because we start getting hardwired to getting the fix of meeting those needs from that specific activity. Okay, so people join Just Plus because it meets their need, they stay in Just Plus because it meets their needs, and they probably end up maybe leaving Just Plus because it stopped at some point meeting their needs. Okay, so when we are talking to people in our team, when we are trying to figure out what are the needs of people in our team, we need to be very careful. And we also want to pay attention so that when we are communicating with them, we communicate using their need. Okay, so for example, somebody that has got the need of certainty is going to be somebody that needs to be reassured that, at the 10th of every month we get paid. Is the one that needs to be assured that, the numbers on the VO are correct, that, the product, the customer is going to receive the product on time, that, that the company is solid, that they have a future with the company. So these people have a need for certainty. On the other hand, the people that have got the need for variety are the people that are going to respond very well when we are doing like a challenge, like we did last month, with the bonanza. Yeah, I can spot it straight away in my team, the people that love variety, because as soon as we launch something new, as soon as we launch a challenge, as soon as we launch like promo of the month, they jump all over it. And now all of a sudden they are excited because they need that variety to stimulate themselves. Yeah. Now, the people that have got a need for significance, what do you think are craving the most in our business? Of course, it's going to be the stage and the recognition. Yeah, those are the ones that tell you, I want to be on stage. I want to be the next convention. I want to be on stage. Okay, so those ones, they're going to be driven by significance. So when we are speaking to them, and maybe if they're having a tough month or something like that, we can remind them, remember, you're going to be on stage, but not just you're going to be on stage, like what Santa suggested, close your eyes. How are you going to feel when you're going to be on stage? Imagine the feeling, imagine the emotion of everybody, congratulating you and clapping you, and you're on stage and you have achieved that position, so that obviously the person gets emotionally engaged. Okay. Now, connection and love. These are the people that are in the business for the community. These are the people that like to go to the convention, but not necessarily because they're going to be on stage, but because there is going to be a great opportunity to be everybody together, to have that sense of connection, that sense of shared mission, that they want to hug each other. Or they may be the one that maybe you see them, they come every day, every week in your Zoom, even if maybe they're not necessarily that active in the business. They don't really take that many actions. So those are the ones that are in the Just Plus business for the sense of the community, for the sense of the connection between us. Then we have obviously the growth one, are the ones that, they always share with you about how, this business has made them improve themselves. Maybe they are more into personal development. They read self-improvement books, and all these kind of things. So those people, is very important for them to feel that they are constantly growing in this business, okay? So again, if they have a blip, or if they have a month, it's important for them to always connect to that, okay, you know, how am I gonna become? Who am I gonna become? And finally, contribution are those people that, and of course there is all of this in all of us, okay? So I just wanna remind everybody, we all have all these needs. Contribution are the ones that, and there is a lot of us in here, I'm sure, they will do more for other people than they do for themselves. Okay, so, and these people, I had a very clear example, you know, in May, we were going for a big promotion in our team, international marketing director. And so the last couple of days, we had to really push to get the qualification through the lines. And I saw quite a few team members that, you know, they're not really that much active, but on the last few days, because we had to push to get that IMD qualification for the whole team. And these people, they pulled orders out of nowhere, you know, and I was surprised. So, you know, it's definitely true. A lot of people, they do more for other people than they do for themselves, okay? So in conclusion, what is it that you can do? Well, the simplest thing is, I'm going to share a link on here as well of a blog post where it's going to explain to you in more details the 6 human needs. And maybe the best thing that you can do is just to start sharing it with your team and say, hey, you know, we had a coffee training, this is what we discussed, they have a read, what do you think about it? Which one do you think is, which ones do you think are the needs that you are, that are meeting, which are the needs that your needs, sorry, that the Juice Plus business is meeting for you, you know, and which one are the needs that are important for you to continue having met, for you to stay in the Juice Plus business and for you to really feel like you enjoy doing this, okay? Because the answer is going to be different for everybody. And so, as I said, what we want to avoid having that bias where we are kind of, because instinctively we're always going to go to other people with what pushes us the most. So if I am the one that, you know, if I want to be on stage or if I want to grow, I'm going to have that bit of bias when I'm speaking to people, and I'm going to use those same needs to try and motivate them. But for them, it may be completely different, right? As I said, somebody that is looking for variety, we're not going to excite them by talking about, oh, you know, we're going to get paid on the 10th of every month. That's guaranteed. They need the variety, they need the stimulation. And the same thing for all the other ones, okay? I hope it was valuable, and I didn't have a chance to invite anybody in my team to share their story. So yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, Daniele, that was amazing. I remember meeting you actually at an event in Reading, probably 6 years ago or something like that. That's the first time I met James as well. That was so interesting. It was so interesting. And I'm definitely the variety and creative one. I really found that interesting. And about the way people learn as well. Like I listen to my team and I go, oh, I see what you mean. I think, oh, they learn visually. Oh, I hear what you're saying. They learn audio. Oh, I need to get a feel for that. You know, it's kinesthetic. That was really incredible. Thank you so much for sharing. Feel free to pop in the chat your biggest takeaway from that, and thank you so much. Now, this is going to give me great pleasure to introduce the next speaker. Now, this man was an absolute godsend through lockdown. For me, he gave me structure and review, and I know he did a lot of other people. He was totally unselfish throughout the lockdown, giving away so much value to everybody. And I know he's not doing it now, but it was absolutely brilliant at 10 o'clock every morning. So thank you so much to our next speaker, who is an EMD. He's a dad. He's got a 10-year-old daughter. He's married to Danny, who is amazing. He's the author of Network Marketing Masterclass. And if you haven't got a copy, get a copy because it's incredible. And he's also doing podcasts now as well. Little plug there because it is amazing. He started part-time with the Juice Plus business 5 years ago, alongside working in retail as a head of retail in a global corporate chain. He hit NMD in 3 years, which is incredible. Working part-time the same day his wife Danny hit PMD. Wow, what a day that must have been in your house. Where am I? Yeah. So he quit his job in May 2019, and since then has gone IMD, EMD, and working towards PMD, and that is incredible. So please welcome Ross Cooper on stage. Thank you.
Hey guys, how you doing? Can you all hear me okay? First and foremost, just do a bit of a sound check. I can get some nods. Fantastic. Yeah, thank you so much, Julia, for that lovely introduction. And it was great having you on those Clubhouse calls every day at 10 o'clock and getting your value as well. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. But yes, it's now been transferred onto podcasts. So if anyone wants to catch up, then obviously that's there for you guys as well. But yeah, so I'm really, really pleased to be here. I want to say a massive thank you to James as well for asking me and organising these amazing coffee mornings. Absolutely incredible. And already the value that's been given on this call already has been incredible. I've literally got book here of notes solid, so really, really amazing. So today, obviously, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to be talking about how to build momentum, okay, in order to achieve the bonuses, because that's what we want, right? We want to be building momentum in our business so that we can earn the income we want to earn and achieve those amazing bonuses that are along the way. Okay, my next one's £21,600. I cannot wait for that particular bonus. And I remember when I got my last bonus, which was £14,400, and in that month I earned over 25 grand in 1 month. It was the most insane, and that was in December, the most insane amount that I've ever earned in my life. So yeah, it was just incredible. So hopefully I can give you some top tips about how to do this, and we can go from there. So a lot of it, though, I must say, is a bit of a collection of everything that's already been sort of discussed. You know, with Santa's amazing presentation, Danielle, that was incredible about how you learn, you know, psychology. So it's going to be a bit of a mixture of everything. But let's go for it. So I'm going to go through 5 things very, very quickly, okay? And before I introduce, hopefully, my team member that joins. Okay, so first thing that I would say to ask yourself is, and I ask this question all the time, is are you feeding your excuses or are you feeding your reasons right now? All right, I want you to ask yourself that question. And the reason I say this, and I want to explain what I mean, is because so many times the momentum might not be there in our business. And the number one reason is because of us, right? And the reason I say that is because guess what happens? When things are going tough, right, where the business might not be where you want it to be, okay, you feel like you've put some effort in, you're not quite getting the result that you want. What do we generally do? And I see this a lot. Generally, people use that as an excuse to do less, okay? Why? Because they think to themselves, well, what's the point? I'm not getting where I want to be. It's quiet. I'm not getting the orders I want. You know, I'm not recruiting. So they think to themselves, well, what's the point of me making this effort if I'm not going to get the result? So what happens? They tend to do less. And then that less gets even more less, and then that less goes to nothing. And in the end, we end up doing nothing, right? And we wonder why our business isn't where we want it to be, right? Why? Because we are feeding our excuses, right? We're not feeding our reasons. Now, what again? So, for example, you know, we could look at it. So a lot of people's whys in this business, right? Guess what? It's going to be their kids, right? They'll say, if I ask someone on this call, say, why are you doing this business? I'm doing this business for my kids. Right? So that's the reason, okay? That's the reason why you're doing this business. But guess what happens when times get tough, okay? And you think, so right, well, I'm not doing my DMO, I'm not being consistent, and you have a chat with that person, and straight away they say, oh, I'm not being able to do it because I haven't got time because of my kids, right? It's the same thing. So yeah, your kids is either a reason or they're an excuse. And that's why I'm saying, what are you doing right now? Are you feeding your reasons to do this business, or are you feeding your excuses not to do this business, okay? So number one, when things go tough, people tend to do less, and that's why, because they're feeding their excuses. Number two, okay, guess what happens on the flip side of it? When things go well in our business, all right, things are flying, momentum's there, all of a sudden, guess what happens? People tend to step back because they think to themselves, right, the business is going really, really well, okay, you know, I've just done a 90-day game plan, I've done this or whatever, all right, and all of a sudden, they do less. So the momentum starts to drop. All right. Why? Because again, they feed their excuses. They feed their excuses in, all right, maybe I'm a little bit burnt out. I've just done 90 days. Okay. I need, you know, my team's won't be, I need to take a step back. I need to not neglect my kids. I don't want to be on my phone all the time. These are the excuses we start to feed ourselves, right? And all of a sudden the momentum drops again. And you think to yourself, well, why is the momentum dropped? For that exact reason. All right. We're feeding our excuses rather than feeding our reasons. So you've got to ask yourself first and foremost, if you want momentum in your business right now, ask yourself that question. What are you feeding? Are you feeding your excuses or are you feeding your results right now, your reasons right now? Okay. So if I was to look at myself and talk from a personal point of view, and my wife, you know, I celebrated my 5-year anniversary in this business about a week ago. Okay. And I can honestly tell you, in this business, I have not had a day off in 5 years. My wife has not had a day off in 6 years, right? Now, believe me, it hasn't all been plain sailing. Now, Julia gave me an amazing introduction there, but it hasn't all been plain sailing to get to EMD. Believe me, it hasn't. We have had some real tough times in this business, right? But what the difference has been, and this is why I opened with this statement, the difference has been is that when times got tough, instead of me and Danny using that as an excuse, right, to do less, we actually used it as a reason to do more, okay, when the times got tough. And on the flip side of it, when we were building momentum and it was going well, you know, lockdown hit, we were booming, you know, and everything like that. Again, instead of using that momentum thinking, right, well, do you know what, this is my time to sit back and using an excuse to do less, we actually used it as a reason to do even more. All right. And that's what got me to IMD. That's what got me to hit the bonus. That's what got me to EMD. Okay. And that's what will get me to PMD, is because we will always step up and do more no matter what's going on. We'll always feed our reasons and not our excuses. Okay. So that's how I will start this. And this sort of leads me in to point number 2. Okay. If you want to build momentum, the fastest way to build momentum in your team is to do what? Is to show up. Okay, is to lead from the front. Okay, so many people, I'll have these conversations, you know, over the 5 years, and I hear the saying, my team aren't doing anything, right? If you want your team to do something, guess what you've got to do? You've got to show up more than you've ever showed up before in your entire life in your business, right? Because guess what happens? Okay, so this is again my example. So I will show up every day. You will never see a day where I will not be doing stories on my Instagram or on my Facebook. You will never ever see a day where I'm not posting. You will never see a day where I'm not connecting with people and messaging about the opportunity, which I'll come on to in a minute, right? But I will always be doing those income producing activities. But not only that, will I be showing up myself, I will be sharing it with my team. So I'll be like, right, guys, I've just recruited. This is how I've done my voice note today. Okay, guys, I've just messaged someone about the opportunity. This is how I've messaged somebody. This is how I've followed up. This is what I've done in my stories today. I have a consistency group that I run every single day. Every single day I'm in there live, every single day doing tasks, okay, challenges, focuses, and I'm sharing what I'm doing every single day. And that is what I'm saying, is that you've got to show up. Now, guess what happens when you do this, okay, is that, yes, not all of your team are going to follow you. At that point, not all of your team are going to work like you do. They're not going to show up the same action that you do. Okay. But what the difference is going to be is, guess what happens when you do it yourself, is that you're going to get the result. You are going to get the new front lines coming into your business. You're going to get the new clients coming into your business. And what's going to happen? Your team are going to look at you and they're going to go, wow, Julia, Santa, Paula, Zoe, Geoff, they're going to say, what are you guys doing? Okay, what are you guys doing? I want that result. I want to be part of this. Like, how are you doing it? How are you doing it? You're showing them how you're doing it because you are the one that's out there showing up, leading from the front. Okay, so that is what is going to happen. So and this is what's going to separate, you know, the teams that have got momentum and the team that isn't, because it's all down. I think Simon always says it, you know, the speed of the team is down to the speed of the leader, right? So you've got to be the fastest person. You've got to be the one that is showing up more than anyone else. Okay, that's not sitting there saying, come on, guys, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. That's not it. It's actually your actions are speaking louder than your words, right? We all know that saying, okay? So that's point number 2, is that if you want your team to do something, okay, you want your team to build momentum with yourself, you've got to lead from the front, you've got to show up, and you've got to do more than you've ever done before, okay? So third thing, I'll go through this quite quickly. Point number 3, okay, is if you want to make money in this business, okay, you make money in your messenger. All right. And I'm going to repeat this quote, right? If you want to make things look attractive, you can make things look attractive on a post, right? You can make things look attractive on a post, but you make money in your messenger. Okay. And this is the difference, because so many people, they will do the attractive side of things, the aesthetically pleasing post, they will show up and they will post every single day. They might even do their stories every single day, right? They're doing the whole attraction marketing side of it. All right. But what they're missing, okay, because they're not making the money they want to make from doing that. And the reason is because they're missing the point that you make the money in the messenger. All right. Now, this doesn't mean spamming, you know, come and join my business, come and join my business. That's not what I mean. All right. But what it means is it's about building new connections every single day, building new relationships every single day, offering the business opportunity every single day, following up every single day. Right. And that is how you make money, is because you're making money in the messenger. All right. You're not what I call posting and praying. Okay, because believe me, if that's your strategy, guys, all right, you'll be waiting a long time. Okay, so if you want to build your business quickly, you want to build momentum, you want to hit those bonuses, right, you want to be making sure you're in your messenger every single day. And the crazy thing is, ask yourself this question. This goes back to my original point about, are you feeding your excuses or are you feeding your reasons, right? When we had the free sign up, let me know in the chat, when we had the free sign up, who messaged more people about the business opportunity when we had the free sign up than they've ever messaged before in the entire time that they've been in this business? Okay, there you go, right? Yes. Okay, so ask yourself this question. This is what I'm saying. Are you feeding your excuses or are you feeding your reasons? Because when it wasn't free, I bet you had some kind of excuse as to why you were going to message someone about your opportunity. So whether it was because you wasn't sure what to say, whether it was because you was worried about the outcome, whether it's because you was the fear of rejection, all right? All these things would go through your mind, right? Which stops you from offering the business. But yet when it was free, all of a sudden those excuses went out the window. But yet the task, the actual physical task of offering your business opportunity was exactly the same. It was no different. The only difference is that it was free. That's it. Okay, so this is what I'm saying is, are you feeding your excuses or are you feeding your reasons? Because if you can do and offer the business opportunity when it's free, you can well and truly offer the opportunity when it's not free. Okay, it's the same task. All right, but that is how you make your money, is in the messenger. Okay, so as I said, it comes down to all you need to do is making sure that you're adding people every single day, you're connecting. Santa's already gone through this, absolutely amazing. Sending an introduction, you know, letting people know who you are, finding time to build a relationship with that person, ask some questions, you know, what is it that they do and things like that. You know, are they a mum? What are they doing? You know, if they've been out shopping, what did you buy? All that type of stuff. Okay. And then getting to the point where you're going to offer it about your business opportunity. All right. And then you go to follow up. So I always set this challenge. And again, I've got a group that I work with quite closely. And I set this challenge every single month. And I do this with my team. And I ask you guys to do the same thing, is that write down numbers 1 to 100 in your book, in a notebook. Write down numbers 1 to 100 in your notebook. And your task, okay, is to get, by the end of the month, 100 names in that book that you have offered the business opportunity to, okay? Because the reason you do this is because unless you do that, you're not going to know how many people that you need to speak to in order to get people to join your business, right? So out of that 100 people, don't worry about the outcome, just worry about the fact that you've got to offer 100 people the business by the end of the month, okay? Because what will happen, you might have 50 people that say, yeah, I want more information, okay? And then out of that 50 people, you might only have 5 people that sign up, okay? Out of that 100. That's totally cool, that's fine, okay? But you won't know unless you do that 100, okay? So if you know then you're going to get 5 signups by doing 100 offers, guess what you need to do? If you do 200, you're going to get 10, okay? If you do 300, you're going to get 15, okay? But as I said, unless you know that and do that exercise, you're never going to know, okay? So I would urge everybody to do that, okay? Fourth thing, okay, very, very quickly, is that if you want to build momentum with your team, I know Danielle sort of touched about this earlier, all right, is that you want to build community first. That should be your goal, okay? Community first, all right? Not results first, not, you know, outcome first. No, community first, all right? Because so many people join this business, as Danielle was mentioned, right, for so many different reasons, okay? Not everyone is going to work like you do. Not everyone's going to want the big £120,000 worth of bonuses, maybe like you do, okay? Everyone has a different goal. So we have to respect that. It doesn't mean that any more less important than the person that does want the big career, right? You're all in this together. It's about building a community. And that is how, if you know, once you start focusing on that first and foremost, you will start building momentum because your team will love on you. They will love on everybody else that's in the team, all right? They will all feel like they're a part of something. They will all be retention. You won't have people leaving your business where you're constant cycle where you're constantly replacing people, right? So you've got to build community first. That's what builds the rock. It doesn't build the sand, right? So if you want a stable business and you want a momentum built business, you have to build it on community, okay? So when was the last time, guys, you asked your team what their why is in the business? When was the last time you done a Zoom call and you got all your team together and you said, right, guys, tell me what your why. Unmute them all. Let me know why you do this business, what you're doing it for. Okay, or done it in a team chat or whatever. So you took it away from product business or whatever. You just asked them why they're doing this business because you need to understand that. Okay, when was the last time that you done like a fun Zoom? All right, where you done a quiz night. You done a theme Zoom. You all got dressed up or whatever. You done a reward and recognition for your team. And it's not just about the promotions. You might have done a reward about, you know, who's got the best social media page, who's been the most consistent in your team. Give them a bit of love. Give them a shout out. Okay. All those types of things are going to help you build community, all right? And that is what I mean, okay? But when you build community first, you put people first, you will build an amazing business that's built on momentum, okay? Okay, last but not least, my fifth thing, before I introduce Anesta, okay, is going to be DMO. Now, Santa done an amazing bit here where she talked about these blitz, you know, and doing 10-minute blitzes, and I completely agree with it. But what I would ask you guys is, and again, I work with people a lot, when we talk about DMO, Okay, if people are not where they want to be, I say, right, show me your DMO. And they will bring out this big A4 pad and it's got like 100 things, 50 things written on it. Okay, guys, that's not a DMO, right? A DMO is something that should be done. It's a non-negotiable. It's things that should be done every single day, right? If you've got a list of 100 things, that's not a DMO, okay? I always say to people, if you can't do your DMO in 1 hour, it's not a DMO, okay? And really think about that. If you cannot do your DMO in an hour, it is not a DMO, right? Because what happens is people have this big list of things. They get on calls, they think, right, I've got to do Instagram Reels, I've got to do Facebook Lives, I've got to message 300 people a day and whatever. And they write all of this stuff down on their DMO. And then what happens? They start overthinking, they start getting overwhelmed. They look at that DMO list before they go to bed and only a quarter of it is ticked off, okay? And what does it do? It demotivates them. A DMO is supposed to inspire you. It's not supposed to demotivate you. The way that it inspires you, okay, is by keeping it simple, keeping it short and having income producing tasks on there. So if it's messaging, right, I might set a task. I'm going to message 5 people about the business opportunity today. That's it. Not 50, not 500, 5. Okay, because it's a simple time. What is that going to do? When you do those 5, okay, it's going to empower you to do more. It's not going to demotivate you to do less. All right. If you stick 300 people, 200 people, 100 people on there, okay, and you've only done 10, what's going to happen? It's going to demotivate you. You're going to do less. All right. You want to have things that are going to build you up, all right, to progress. Okay. And it has to start with keeping things simple. All right. So, you know, how many people are you going to add every single day? Keep it simple. Give it a short amount. Is it 10? Is it 20 or whatever? Right. Keep it short. How many people are you going to message? How many times are you going to post in a day? You know, are you going to obviously make sure you're completing your stories, but keep it short. Everything should be short. If you have to make sure if you can do it in an hour, all right, then that is a DMO because you can tick it off in an hour. It doesn't matter what goes on in your day. You will get that DMO done in that hour. And guess what happens? If you've got more time, all you do is just repeat that DMO, all right? And you just do more of the same thing, okay? But you have to start somewhere. You have to keep it short and sweet. And if you can do it in an hour, you will get your business done. You will always be growing your business and building momentum, okay? So I'll just recap the 5. Number 1, are you feeding your excuses or your reasons? Ask yourself that question. Number 2, are you leading from the front? Number 3, are you make your money in your messenger? Number 4, build your community first. And number 5, keep it simple with your DMO. Okay. And that is me. Okay. So I hope that was useful, guys. All right. And I'm hoping that my team member is on the call. Okay. Because if she is, I would love to make sure that I get her on, so to speak. So let me just have a look. I can see through. Don't know if I can see her. Anesta, if you're on the call, just give a message in the chat because I can't seem to see you on here. If she's not, that's going to be a shame. Oh, yes, she is. Right, she's there. Right, okay. So let me just give it a bit of an introduction. So I'd love to introduce this lady, Anesta. She is an absolute diamond. You know, when you think of, you know, right, I'm looking to find a diamond. She is that person, right? She's an absolute diamond when it comes to this business. I actually met Anesta, well, not met, but online, okay, about I think it was the first lockdown that we went into. I think it was last March or something like that, okay? She's absolutely incredible. You know, when you find someone that just literally is so hardworking, duplicates everything that you tell her to do, she will just do it, okay? No questions asked. She's like literally just 100 miles an hour. She is a bundle of energy. You will always see her dancing about on a live video somewhere on the Facebook. She's absolutely incredible. And I actually, you know, met her on Instagram. It was absolutely, you know, incredible. I was looking, you know, when you think to yourself, right, who is it I'm looking for? I was looking for a mum. I was looking for someone that was into fitness. I was looking for someone that was a bit social media savvy, all right, and that type of stuff. And when I found her on my Instagram and I reached out and I gave her a message, okay, we went through so many conversations backwards and forwards. But in the end, you know, I was going through voice notes. I got her on an opportunity call. I got her into a third party. She was having a chat with a couple of other girls in the team. But since she's been in the team, she's been like a breath of fresh air. She's literally just incredible. She's building an amazing business, got an incredible team growing right now. And I remember when I signed her up, and I said to Danny, the first day that I signed her up, I said to Danny, look, we've got our brand, our next NMD. This is our next NMD in the making, right? And she will 100% go NMD and more, okay? So, Anesta, I know that you're on. So, yeah, if you can get yourself on, I think, do I need to unmute her, or will you guys unmute Anesta, or allow her to unmute herself? And then we can get her on to share her story.
Hi, everybody. Am I on?
You're on. Go for it.
Thank you so much, first of all, for us like thinking of me and inviting me here. Like, I'm honestly so privileged. And just to be in this business, for me, it was like my whole life changed, because when Ross found me on Instagram, I was playing with some presets, you know, trying to get back in shape after my daughter. But I was like really in a bubble of anxiety, and as pretty as it looked outside, my life wasn't that good, you know, and I was single mom and a bit lost as well. And then I got this opportunity. Obviously, it was about getting healthy, you know, and everything like that. And the people in there was absolutely, everybody's incredible. I love every single one, like sidelines, uplines, downlines, everybody. And you know what? That time I really felt like I'm a loser. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I have a small child, literally, like I need to look after her and be the best mom I can ever be. And I have never really succeeded in life. I mean, I have never been amazing as a student, or like, I just didn't have my passion yet. And I was thinking, oh my God, I'm 30. Is this it? Because I've been following people on social media who's like following their passion, like hairdressers, nails, whatever it is. And I was thinking, I really like health, but I'm not as healthy as I want to be. And I thought, this is my chance. So then I think why I was quite successful, because in 5 months I got to CST. By now I'm obviously reconfirmed, and my goal is NMD, obviously, and above, like Ross said. I really, really want to do this. And I just want to show other people, if you are lost, if you feel like you're not good at anything, this is your chance, because this business can give you absolutely everything. And who wouldn't want to look good, right? Feel amazing and have a bunch of money and freedom. So, and my main goal obviously is to get a house. And I want my daughter, you know, when she's in school, when she starts to understand that you can really get anything out of life. And this opportunity, like network marketing, especially with trainings we got, I mean, you cannot succeed if you give it your all. And I tell you very quickly how I succeeded. Basically, I was overthinking a lot in the beginning, but still I was making so many connections. And one thing I kept was being me. And I think people love my bubbly personality. And everybody of us have something authentic, but we don't think it's good enough. But like, stop doubting yourself. Be that person, because trust me, you will find your tribe so much quicker than trying to be one person, being another one. I was like, okay, who am I and what I like? And I just gone since day one. So I'm bubbly, right? I always thought I'm a bit silly. And, you know, all my family said, oh my God, be more serious. You know, everybody not going to take you seriously. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to show everybody that this bubbly girl can also be wise and smart and reach her goals. So obviously I took everybody on a journey, because when I joined, though my Instagram photos was all like amazing, but at that time I had like over 1 stone to lose. I had like no energy. I was really depressed. So when I started feeling amazing, stepping out of my comfort zone, I got that fire, you know, I just wanted to do more, like just, you know, by stepping out of your comfort zone. If you're sitting there like not done alive yet and you think, you know, I can do this, but trust me, when you do one thing that you think you can't, it just like the fire starts and you're like, oh my God, I've done it, I can. And you do more, and you like, you lost the track. You just know you can do more, and you grow. And this is that everybody speaks about, that amazing feeling. It's not just about the money. You realize that if you do this, you can reach, I mean, there is no limit, you know what I mean? So just live the health journey, because that's what we're here for. Share it, really do it, because when you live the mission, when you are healthy, you don't need to think what to post. You literally just record your life, and these things will be in there. When people say, I don't know how to do the business, but you are doing the business. So if you're in the park, you are doing the business, tell them what you're doing. So don't overthink it. Everything you do in your day, just tell them, and tell them how it is for real. Don't put like flowers on it. Then there is flowers. You're going to tell me, oh my God, like I got these flowers, if that makes sense. So just move as your pace. Try to do something out of your comfort zone every single day. And this is the business where you can change your life for real. So just bloody do it. I was okay. I was a bit nervous.
And Esther, that was absolutely Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I just loved all those little tips that you came up with, like be you, be real, and don't overthink. And, you know, I think a lot of people are so guilty, including me, of overthinking and getting completely overwhelmed. And just to listen to you, it's just so amazing. And congratulations for all of your success. And it's amazing that you're just being you and your bubbly self. And also, Ross, thank you so much for your amazing presentation. I mean, always fantastic. Too many tips to go. I've just sent a message to James and I said, I need a new pencil. I literally just scribbled away. So thank you guys so much. So we're now going to go on to Geoffrey Montague Smith. And Geoffrey is, now this is a long one here, so bear with me. Geoffrey is a registered osteopath and is the founder of the Atman Clinic in Tunbridge Wells in Kent. He also sees patients from his London clinic in the city. He practices integrated osteopathic medicine, combining many different medical methods and naturopathic principles. He teaches internationally and is often invited to speak at international conferences. And I've heard him many times at our conventions, our proper real life conventions, and honestly, he is absolutely amazing. He has a special interest in bioenergetic medicine and the body-mind-spirit connection. Geoffrey recommends Juice Plus to all of his patients as one of the foundational pillars of health. And he's going to be sharing with us today, planning your way to NMD. So get your pencil sharpness ready as well, not like me. And Geoff, are you there? Take it away, Geoff.
I'm here, Paula. Thanks so much for that lovely welcome. You know, it's interesting because we've just heard from some amazing speakers and the topics have been really well covered. And I'm sort of sitting here thinking, well, I wonder how much value I can add, you know, after everyone's fantastic contribution, including the people that gave their testimonials. It's so uplifting when you see, you know, real people entering into our business from a standing start, which is where we all start, and seeing their excitement and seeing their success, and understanding that if you stick to the core simple principles of building a business with this company, that it's an open church. It's open to everybody to have the success at whatever level they decide. So I'll just share my story really quickly. I'm going to share my screen. We're just going to do a few slides for you today, just to see if we can get this thing working here. My wife and I, yeah, as you heard, I'm a medical practitioner. We do osteopathic medicine. My wife and I both run the Juice Plus business very part-time. For me, it's my fourth business. Helen runs it very, very part-time alongside her role. We have a very busy clinic. We have a products import business, which is practitioner-only products. We have the training academy, and Juice Plus is our fourth business. And it's been like that for nearly 10 years. I started the business on Friday, the 23rd of September, 2011. So in a few months, I'll be celebrating my 10th anniversary. And I'm an IMD in the business. We have an amazing team in 18 different countries around the world. We're very proud of the team that we work with and the educational basis for the longevity within our team. We have people that come in, scrutinize it carefully, and they stick, and they're here for the long haul. And that's the culture within our team, Team Atman. My wife is inches away from being an NMD, so we're super excited about, you know, the next month or two in terms of how that's going to work for her. But what we love about Juice Plus is it is solid state light. When you take plants which have been informed by the sunshine, and all the different light frequencies are in that product, when you put that into the body, it works magic. And it's evidence-based, and Sue did a standout job explaining why this is such an important product. These plant-based products are absolutely essential to health, in my opinion. And when you understand what's coming with our fairly sort of new product, I mean, it's a few years now, but the omegas are exceptional in that market. And of course, we're very, very excited about our vertical allotment, you know, this idea that you can grow vertically with a farm-to-table concept with Tower Garden, which is next on the list. And this is why I'm so passionate and so excited about this company. And if we're going to decide at a certain point that we want to be a national marketing director of this company, which is the pinnacle position, we have to plan that journey, and we have to understand that it isn't a smooth road to the top. It's a lot of ups and downs, and we are dealing with working with people is a challenge because, you know, there's noughts so queer as folk, right? That's what they say up in Yorkshire, I believe. You know, people are strange. They will tell you one thing and do the opposite. And we're dealing with the psychology of working with individuals, which is why we're really, really careful about who we choose to work with and who we choose to teach. I personally got to NMD in 2.5 years. I did not use social media. I had no idea about social media, and I made phone calls and I spoke to people and I shared information with them, which I had made webinars which were recorded, and I just shared that with them. And that's how we grew our business in the beginning. If you're going to plan your journey to NMD, if you do want to become a national marketing director, you'll find a lot of the tools. It is a simple business. It's not easy, but it is a simple business. The first thing I would encourage you to do is set a plan. Think about the amount of time. You'll do that with your strategy meeting with your sponsor, but go in and just know where the assets are. Your virtual office has a section called Basics, and in here you have got everything that you need to understand how to grow a business to the top level. Please read the compensation plan in detail, and one read through this will not do it. You are going to have to read this compensation plan a few times, and you're going to have questions, and you're going to need to go to your business mentor, and you're going to need to get those questions answered. It's 50 quid to join this business. Treat it like a £50,000 franchise. When you get into the world of affiliate marketing, and when you understand that we have got a global company, 50 years old, nearly $1 billion a year turnover out of 25 plus countries, you need to take this seriously because you've got the best opportunity that I believe exists out there, not only to impact lives positively as it relates to health and well-being, but for your own personal journey into health and well-being, but also financial well-being. Now, the steps are very, very straightforward. Once you've taken a close look, once you've done your due diligence and you've decided that you're going to partner with this company because they, you know, that you can really endorse the mission, you know, which is to inspire healthy living around the world, we then go through a very simple process. And this is for the new people that haven't necessarily understood the system. It's a very, very simple system. You get signed up and registered. You then get into the process of understanding where the tools are to help you understand what it is you're going to be tasked to do. You set your own tasks. No one's your boss. This is your business. But we start with what's called the memory jogger. We start with figuring out who do we know? Who would we like to work with? And this is the starting point. But, you know, we say duplication is the key. Because if you can't get this simplicity enculturated into the team that you're going to grow, it's going to become complex. And we really, you know, this business should be so simple that an 8-year-old could do it. So duplication, that one word, is the one to really understand. The capital investment that you place in this business is the £50 that you join with and the time that you're going to devote to your business. You may spend a little bit of money on products that you're going to personally consume. That's all you have to do. There is no stock, there are no staff, there are no buildings, there are no other overheads. Your working capital, however, is the network of contacts that you have. You know, who do you know that would be like-minded and willing to look at this concept for product and also the business plan? So don't miss this important step in planning your business. I'm going to tell you that if you're going to plan to get to NMD, this is the most important step. And then you're going to start talking to people and you're going to start showing them what you're doing. Now, when you're new and you evaluate this business, you've got 3 questions pretty much coming in, because when you're raw and new and you're being asked, you know, can you do this? Can you do that? This is what we need to do. You've got some questions that you're going to need to sort of kind of deal with. And the first question, I think, for most people is this real? Before I start sharing this with my contacts, is this real, or is there something really wrong with this? Because everyone gets to that point. I call it the juice plus cliff. It's like, is this for real? It is for real. Okay, you know, you've already heard from people that have been in this business for 5 years plus, and it's an amazing, life-changing on every level opportunity. Now, that question, is it real? Yes, it is. 50-year company, strong track record. You can do all the research on that. It's definitely real. Does it work? You know, if I do this, if I'm going to devote my time, does it work? Yes, it does. You're going to meet people, and they're on this call right now where it's been life-changing, me included. Okay. And then the next question you've got is, can I do it? And the only reason to ask that question is because you might have those self-doubts. And Daniele covered that brilliantly in terms of, you know, what you need to do to get your head in the right place. Can I do it? Yes, you can. Of course you can. It's just about a decision. But the way you do it is to work with like-minded people. And those are the qualities you're going to look for, because you're going to build a board of director kind of group of people. And you only need, you know, I started my business with 4, maybe 5 quality people, and we grew it from there internationally. So what do you look for? You look for signs of business success in their general life. You look for people that are not afraid to succeed, not afraid to stick their head up and be successful. And you want people who are fun to be around. If you've got someone who's good with people, likable and funny, if they're the one you get them to the party, they're the first on your party list, because they're going to really, you know, the life and soul of the party type of person. They do very, very well in this business. And when they're up on stage succeeding, they're making everybody laugh. If you've been their business coach and you've been their mentor, you're sharing in their success and in that fun. We don't want to work with boring, dry, dull people who, you know, put you into a big snort. That's not what we're here to do. It needs to be fun. If you're not having fun, it's not worth doing, in my opinion. Now, we also want to have hardworking people who are true to their word. If they say they're going to do something, let's see them do it, and test this out with people. Set them tasks and see if they're equal to it, or if they show up with their excuses. You know, like Ross was saying, if they're feeding their excuses, you know, you might want to just concentrate on, you know, where your energy will be better spent. And you want to find someone that will always put other people first. You are a servant in this business before you are a king or a queen. You go out to serve, it's selfless service. And on that basis, if you help other people achieve what they want, you will absolutely achieve what you want. And we also need to have previous evidence of not giving up on things. If you have got a quitter, you know, just about to join your business, if they quit on previous stuff, I mean, obviously everyone can change with the right coaching and the right guidance, but you know, you want to see previous evidence of them sticking to things, because if there is one business on this planet you need to stick to, it's this. There's no room for slackers, there's no coasting, there's no riding off the back of other people. That's not how this works. So once you've figured out who you're going to talk to, you're going to have a strategy meeting with your business coach, your upline, mentor, sponsor, whatever word we're going to use to describe the person that's helping you. And then you're going to figure out exactly what time you're going to commit to, how you're best going to speak to people. You'll do the virtual office setup and training just to navigate all the tools. And then you're going to work on your story, because actually this is the thing that we're going to go out. This is our marketing tool. It's like our experience, our excitement, our vision, and then we start to invite others to take a look. So how you pitch your business idea, if you're going for the top levels, you've got to understand that you're going to be talking to a lot of people about what you see. You're going to be talking to a lot of people about what you believe, and you're going to be talking to a lot of people about your story. And the more excited you are, the more authentically enthusiastic you are for what we're doing, and the more you share your story with, you know, say less to more people is a really good strapline. We are paid storytellers. So if you've got your own product experience, and please do not join our business if you're not on the products, that's absolutely, I will not work with anybody if they're not on our products. And we're going to be very excited to see what sort of product experience they have, because, you know, I would say pretty much exclusively it's a positive one, and you need to get ready to share your story. And you can do that even if you're 10 days into the business. You know, you've got a past, a present, and a future aspect to that, right? So prepare your story well, write it down. You know, in the past, or you could say before I discovered Juice Plus, you know, I was tired, I was run down, I was depressed in my job, my life seemed pointless, blah, blah, blah. And now I take this product, I felt changes in my body, I'm not falling asleep at 9:30 at night, you know, I've got a total new lease of life, I'm enthusiastic, I'm learning new things, and the future for me is so bright. I can see this global possibility, teaming up with an international company, and my future is blah, blah, blah. That's your story. And if you start sharing that with people, getting very excited, you know what? It rubs off. If you've ever been on a tube station, you know, if someone starts laughing in an underground tube or a bus, very quickly the whole bus is laughing, right? So this is the same with excitement. It's contagious, and people want to be around excited people. So the next thing you've got to do once you've got all that in place is find duplicatable, comfortable, authentic methods to find others who will believe what you believe. Now, these duplicatable tools are there. Get your sponsor to show you where all the stuff is, and start speaking to people and start sharing the tool. The videos are here. We've got, you know, this is Farm to Capsule. There are so many really good videos out there, okay? And then you start to fill your funnel. Ross gave an excellent example about how if you say more, more people are going to, you know, talk to more people, but say less, invite lots of people in to take a look, and a few will figure out that this is a good fit for them. If you don't speak to a lot of people on the front end, you're going to have a disappointing sort of end result where, you know, the people, if you talk to 3 people up here and none of them are interested, then you've got no one to work with. If you talk to 30 people up here and 10% are enthusiastic to learn, then you've got, you know, your 3 people here. Okay, so understand that. We had a mention earlier about the power of the 3-way call. You know, this is a this is important. If you're going to become a national marketing director in this business, you need to understand the power of the 3-way call. We use this as a teaching aid. Your upline business mentor will help you as the sponsor for the new person. They will help you to explain this process. They will help you to, you know, invite somebody in to take a look, and you will be learning from the experienced upline, and your prospect will see that they have full support when they decide to say yes. So please don't underestimate the power of the 3-way call. And then the rest of it is just about going from partner up the different levels to that pinnacle position of National Marketing Director with all the rewards that come with that. But it is a staged process, and we do it step by step with a focus on enrolling as a partner, but getting to Partner Plus in your first month. That will be the goal. You just start, figure out what to do, get a few orders. It's only 4 orders. We build our NMD house 1 brick at a time with a focus on Partner Plus. Because you can go out and be a salesperson. Very few people actually like selling, and most people that I speak to say, I don't want to be a salesperson. You could do the volume to get to your promotion of senior partner on your own. It's much better to be a business person. A lot of people want to be entrepreneurs. They want to grow teams. And if we do this together, you get to that promotion as a group effort. Much, much better way to do it. So you're going to go out there, you're going to talk to lots of people, you're going to get some pushback because people are going to say, no, this really isn't for me at the moment. And it's never a no, it's always a not now. And you're going to find that very often you're going to need to go to people a few times. I mean, the other day I've just got back from Spain. Before I left, I had a call with a friend of mine from Dubai. She's been waiting 3 years to see if this would be a good fit for her. And, you know, for her now is the moment. You know, I have not lost touch with her. I never forgot about her. And, you know, we have had various attempts to connect and for me to explain it to her. And yesterday she decided that this was a good moment and she will be joining. So don't think that just because someone said no to you, that they're actually, you know, not going to be there for you in the future, because circumstances change. So a no is a good thing, but it's not a no. It's not a rejection of you or the company or the product. It's a not now. So when we just repeat this process, when we go through, we sign up, we have our one-to-one processes of showing people what's going on. We attend the local events online or in real time. That's coming real soon. The trainings that are done regionally are exceptionally high level, very much mirroring what you see here online today, with speakers from the stage sharing their knowledge. They want you to succeed. And at the national or international conference level, we're just having great fun, getting together, like-minded people with a common purpose. And that is just around the corner, guys. We are going back to that really soon, and I can't wait. And you just rinse and repeat. This whole process is just like repeat the process. Find somebody, teach them well. Marry the process divorce the result. You just repeat that process over and over again. And this is basically it. You love the product, you take the product, you share the product, you love the business, it's the same thing. You teach to teach. You teach Bob, and Bob teaches Jill with your supervision, and Jill teaches Dan. You won't even know who Dan is, but if you've used a simple process, you're going to have leaders emerging in your team because you figured it out and you taught it to these other people. And we are looking for teachers, mentors, good communicators in this business rather than salespeople. So keep it simple and you're going to have all the success. And the financial expectations need to be realistic, because if we just have our product order and we have maybe a couple of customers, it's a very low volume. We're not looking for high-level salespeople here. Most of my team, it's part-time people just doing the thing, finding 1 or 2 customers a month. You know, the turnover and the royalty on that turnover, if you just look at the networking bonus, which is just one aspect of our financial remuneration, is very, very low. But look what happens when it starts to grow. If we start to get into team building, and around this level here, we're at the NMD, you know, somewhere between 40,000 volume a month is NMD. And you start to get into some very attractive incomes as a national marketing director. And at 40,000 volume through your team is actually only 40 people doing 1,000 points volume a month, isn't it? It's only 40 people. Find 40 people, teach them well, and you will never look back. The rewards are there. Learn this napkin presentation, show this to enough people, and you'll find people that can come into agreement with you that this makes sense. So I hope that's been of value. I've never looked back. I've got an amazing team. I'm very excited to welcome Amy today. She's on the call. She just qualified for qualifying senior sales coordinator, so we're super excited. She again is one of our team that does this very, very part-time, very busy person. I'd just like to invite Amy to unmute and then very quickly share her story with everyone.
Thanks, Geoff. Hey, everyone. Yes, I'm Amy, and I'm a self-employed, very busy mum with 3 young children, running 2 businesses. One's in childcare and the other's with Juice Plus. But before I learned about Juice Plus, I was a full-time literacy intervention teacher in a primary school, and I was the breadwinner in my house. I had 2 kids at the time, and I really wanted so badly to spend more time with them, but they had to go to the school's wraparound care or nursery, and I just really resented the fact that I couldn't take a day off to see them, you know, see them having fun at their sports day or performing in their assembly. And I also wasn't really looking after myself health-wise. I was trying to pour from an empty cup. My own health was always at the bottom of the list after everyone else. But thank God for these capsules, because not only did they lift my brain fog and improve my energy levels to what my friends now refer to me as super mama, they helped me become a lot more conscious of all the lifestyle factors that weren't serving me. So I started to get the energy and inclination to create healthier meals. I started to exercise regularly. I slept better, drank more water. I started meditating. I could manage my stress levels. And this actually turned around my IBS to the point that it's now pretty much non-existent. So I've learned how to listen to my body. And all of this really helped me with the extra energy that was needed to focus on the business side of things. I was always felt left so inspired after the company's conventions, and I could see this potential for me to get out of full-time teaching and lead a life that I could dictate and be present with my kids more. I'd feel really frustrated when I listened to the stories of people rising to success in just a few months or a few years. And I always felt like, oh, if I had more time, or if I didn't have to work full time, I'd always, you know, I'd be able to move forward with my business quicker. And it was really quite stressful. And one day something just switched, and I came to just accept that if I was going to succeed, I'd have to stop comparing my journey with everyone else's and just get on with it at my own pace. And feeling that pressure lift felt so good. It actually increased my productivity. The resistance I used to feel to do more just wasn't there. I knew I had to stay consistent because that's what all the successful leaders say, right? So I did. I made some sacrifices like Netflix and used just those little nooks and crannies of the day to get connecting with people and doing those income producing activities. I developed this attitude of what Geoff would describe as relaxed intensity and being patiently impatient. And after a few years, I got to the point in my business where I could go back to work with reduced hours. I just had my 3rd child, and I felt even more strongly about being around my kids more. And then having that extra income coming in every month made me realize that if I could reduce my hours, perhaps I could leave teaching and the PAYE system and somehow become self-employed and be my own boss. So I had a vision, and although I didn't know how I was going to get there, I knew that Juice Plus was my golden ticket. And as long as I didn't quit, as long as I always showed up to the weekly trainings, the events, do my DMO, that it would materialize. And then it was like the universe heard me. My school told me that they could no longer afford my expertise as an intervention teacher, and they offered me a redundancy package or go back into the classroom. I think you can imagine what I chose. But I was still the breadwinner. I didn't know if I'd be able to find another job that could match my teaching pay. But what this business has taught me is that we are more than our jobs. We can do anything we choose to put our minds to if we want it enough. And the self-development journey that you go on as you learn the skills of this industry, it builds confidence like nothing I've ever experienced. I've also developed a much thicker skin and care a lot less about what people think of me. And all these skills gave me the courage to go completely self-employed. I decided to train as a childminder, and I've been running a really successful business for the last few years, which fits perfectly around my kids and Juice Plus. But my little one is going to be going to school in September, which means I'll have more time to focus on me now, as opposed to just mummy. And so with all that I've learned about health and the alternative approaches to healthcare since learning about Juice Plus, I'm now training to be a reflexologist to help people with their health and well-being, which also aligns perfectly with Juice Plus because I can confidently recommend the capsules to my clients. I'm just setting up my little office space. It's turning it into a treatment room, which is really exciting. So if you were ever to ask me 6 years ago what I'd be doing in 2021, I would never, and I mean never, have imagined to be where I am now. And like Geoff said, I reached QSSC last month. And I'll be honest, there were times where I thought I'd be a sales coordinator forever. But that kind of mindset gets you nowhere. You have to believe in yourself. If you can be like a lighthouse for your team, always be that shining light for them, and they'll know that you're always there when they're ready to move forward at their pace. And this company's mission is to inspire healthy living. And that's exactly what these capsules have done for me. And that is why I love being part of Juice Plus, sharing the ethos of healthy living, paying it forward to friends and families, all my family. And it's just so rewarding knowing that I've impacted their lives so positively. And then the community of these like-minded people that I've got to know along the way, it's made that effort of creating an additional income more like fun than work. Now, I'm under no illusion that it will take a lot more effort to get to NMD, or PMD plus as well. But like the story of the tortoise and the hare, I know I'll get there, and you can too.
Amy, awesome. Thank you. Just keep doing what you're doing and the success will come. We'll hand back now to the host. Appreciate you taking time out to share your story. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Amy, that was absolutely incredible. How amazing to hear someone else's story that you've never heard before. It was so inspiring. Don't compare yourself to other people. Be consistent. Giving up Netflix. There's no NMD in TV, as the saying goes. I gave up TV. That's one of the first things that I did, gave up TV. And Geoff, that was amazing. The best advice, treat it like a £50,000 business and not a £50 business. There's so much in the basics section. And even when you check the basic section once in a while, they've always updated something else. The company keep putting more stuff in there for us. So I would definitely check that regularly. I really would. And play the long game. Like Geoff said, a 5-year career. Amy's been in 6 years. She never gave up. You've got to play the long game. I can't believe that I'm about to introduce this next person. Right, you're going to start hearing my voice trembling. I met this man in October 2013. And I thought to myself at an event at the Reebok Stadium, I thought, wow, what a really nice guy. And last night, 7 years later, I was listening to him on a Zoom call and thinking, wow, he is just so knowledgeable. Like, you've got Shay O'Brien, you've got Geoff Roberti, and you've got Simon Bowler. And when Simon Bowler speaks, you listen. Like, he's been in the business for 31 years. And you know what? He's one of the reasons why we don't give up and why we don't leave. Because he's always there for us. No matter what position he is in the company, he is there for us. and he's always been so down to earth. And now I'm going to talking about positions in the company. This is going to be a long intro. Simon initially started as a partner in the field of the Juice Plus company back in May 1990. 31 years of experience, and that is why you listen to him. So when the company started expanding in Europe, he traveled extensively, living in Holland, Belgium, and France. And in 1996, he was invited to join the Juice Plus company corporate team. After an 8-month period of living in Holland, he became the general manager of the Juice Plus company office, the UK, based in Maidenhead. The year after, he was promoted to the regional sales director. In May 2017, he became the vice president, EMEA sales, and was responsible for supporting sales activities in the 16 EMEA countries that the Juice Plus company operates within. More recently, from the 1st of May 2020, last year, he was promoted to vice president, global partner relations, where he plays an important role in helping regional sales directors and managers in their regions around the globe and helps deliver the company mission, values and vision for the future as he travels around the Juice Plus world. He lives in Berkshire, in brackets, near the Queen. I love that bit. And is married and has 2 healthy Juice Plus teenagers. Simon, I can't believe I'm welcoming you, my absolute hero.
Thanks, Julia. By the way, great to see everybody today. By the way, I could listen to Geoff Montagu-Smith, literally, not all day, but listen, all week, all month. Little gems that come out of his mouth. Thanks, Geoff, for that. I didn't see everybody else, by the way. I've just been rowing on the river for 3 hours, and I've got a bit of sun here, plus a bit of Juice Plus beta carotene on my face. Great to see a lot of friendly faces today. I'm going to give a few shout outs here. I've just been looking through all the tiles. Daniele, good to see you. I'll have a chat with you, my friend, afterwards. Howard, Nikki, Damien, Hannah. Hannah's not doing any translation for once, Hannah. My God, well, Hannah, what's going on with you? Paula, of course, and the beautiful Julie Davis, amongst lots of other people, which have not been through all the tiles, but good to see so many friendly faces. And that's why I've been around for so long. You know, looks like James, really. I mean, James is the granddaddy of the business, really, isn't he? The time he's been in the business. But yes, we've got an amazing company. We've got fantastic products. It's the people, isn't it? It's the Juice Plus people, which I am here for. That's what makes us the Juice Plus company and so special. So I've got a few things to talk about today. And I guess in the next 15 minutes, what I would like to talk about. So I can make a little bit of impact after my 31 years. And by the way, we're all still learning every day, aren't we, in this business? That's the incredible thing about it. I would like to talk a bit about some non-negotiables, really to just right on from where Geoff left off. Love your dog, Geoff, by the way. Hope your dog's not gone sales coordinator yet, by the way. And the other thing is the long game. And I talked about this on John Holowat's team event last night with Julia. It's the long game because people look at the very short term in terms of success and think, actually, you know, I've been in a year and I'm not successful, right? Do you know what? I'm not successful. I'm just going to quit. I've had enough of this, right? My sponsor said, actually, I'd be earning X amount now. I'd have a mansion and I'd have my boats and my Ferrari. And it's just not happened after a year. It just doesn't happen, does it? But why do people quit after a year and it's not happened? I mean, listen, I always say, actually, get into NMD. It's a bit like your apprenticeship, really, in the real world. And it actually starts when you get to national marketing director, and your success really doesn't come until you're sat in the audience and you're looking at that big stage when we get back to conventions, which we're all missing, and you've got your first NMD walking across that stage, right? And you pump your chest out a little bit and you go, wow, yeah, that is my NMD. I feel proud, yeah. That is it. So I want to talk about a long game because I want success. We've got 113 people on here. And we've got, I looked yesterday, we've just got a little over 1,800 national marketing directors in the world of Juice Plus around our 26 countries, right? 1,800. We've got around about 150,000 partners. So that comes out like 1.3% or something, which is a little bit like life, I guess, in a way. Differences with this one is not all of us in a day job are going to make it to CEO or the managing directors. We just know it's not going to happen. Politics in a company, your boss has got, you know, that foot firmly on your head. You're not taking my job, no way. But with Juice Plus, we all start at the bottom, right? And what I love about Juice Plus, it just does not discriminate, right? Doesn't matter what religion you are, whether you're black, white, tall, thin, whatever, no hair, one eyebrow, 6 fingers, doesn't matter. Why? It's actually a computer that measures your success, unlike life, where it's your boss that's doing your appraisal and saying, hey, no, you worked your ass off last week, you were miserable last year, you're not going to get a bonus. That's the difference. So you get measured by this computer. Everybody, but everybody can get to national marketing director. And I really do believe that with every little drop of veins in my blood in my body, if you want to. Now you're going to have to make a decision. The decision in your mind, and this came up in Nice 2013 at a convention. There was an NMD panel. I remember from the audience, somebody had said, how do I get to an MD? And the answer was back from Eddie O'Shaughnessy at the time from Ireland. And he said, you know what? I made a decision. That was it. I made a decision that I was going to become a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company, no matter what it would take or how long it was going to take. Now, yesterday, I had a phone call with Eddie Vermeer. A lot of you know Eddie, some of you don't, but he's a Belgium PMD Plus. I went PMD Plus last year, and I've just booked a flight to Portugal in September. I hope I can go, by the way. He is celebrating 25 years together with his wife, Peggy, in Juice Plus. And he's built this beautiful villa overlooking the sea. I mean, it's just stunning. Now, it took Eddie 15 years to go national marketing director. Now, who on here out of the 113 people would have stuck around for that long to wait to get NMD? Not many people. I'm sure, you know, we would have zoned out and said, that's it, I'm out of here. He stuck it out with the belief that he was going to do it. And of course, he made it. Here he is now, PMD Plus, got a huge business, turns over like 2.7 million euros a month, his business does, in multiple countries. And he's still learning, as he will say. You know, he still suffers with anxiety, he's got some issues, right? He's not perfect, but he is living the dream. So I want all of you guys to be in the long game, because our business mirrors life in so many ways. Today could be a very good day. I've been out on the river, glorious weather, right, in a good boat with a good of tea, and the boat was nice and balanced. It felt wonderful. Tomorrow I might be out. It might be raining cats and dogs. I know it's not, but it might be raining cats and dogs. I'll be in a miserable boat with a miserable team. It's not balanced. It feels miserable. You just want to get out the boat and finish, right? That is life. So why are some days amazing? And why are other days when we wake up, actually nothing has changed outside. The weather has changed. The weather's the same. It's looking good. Everything's the same around us in our house, but actually something has changed up there. And it's just different, right? We feel different. And that is our business. You know, 1 minute you're up, it's like the roller coaster at Blackpool. Next minute you're down, the ups and the downs. But the longer you stay in this business is you can equalize. That's it there. I'm in competition with somebody here. Wasn't the dogs earlier on anyway. That's it. You can equalize that actually, where eventually you end up with a bit of Teflon skin, where somebody hits you with a negative. It's like, oh, is that pyramid selling? And by the way, those products are rubbish. You're rubbish. You're miserable. You're never going to be successful. Just goes straight over your head. But of course, when you start, if you've just started, by the way, if you started in the bonanza, maybe just put in the comments, I started in the bonanza time. Well done for you starting now, right? It hurts initially. It's like, oh, it's like taking a blow, isn't it? Like, bam, oh my God, that hurt, right? My dad said the business is rubbish, and I'm rubbish as well. This happens anyway. It's the real life. So the long game, I want you to stay in for the long game. Next one is non-negotiable. Number one is, right? And if you do not do this, you will leave this company. And that is, you've got to have, ladies, another love affair. And this love affair is with the Juice Plus products, where you have to become the best ambassador that you can become with the Juice Plus company. Why am I saying this? Because we are in the health industry. And what you've got to work on, you might have heard this from some leaders, is your Juice Plus glow, right? And the Juice Plus glow, you will know, and you'll see this from some of your sponsors that have been on Juice Plus a long time, right? They just glow. It's like this beautiful feeling of health that they give out. When you've got that, you are going to be so attractive to the people around you, your friends, your family, your people that you come into contact with, and they're going to go, actually, I want a little bit of what you got because you look absolutely unbelievable. Now, you might be at a time today, this Saturday, where you're not happy with yourself, right? There might be a few rolls on you when you're looking naked in the mirror at night or early in the morning when you get out of a bath or a shower and you go, oh, I don't like that. No, it's been lockdown. Lockdown has caught up with me. I've sat down and watching a few too many Netflix, right? I've been on those crisps and biscuits, right? You've got to go to work on you so that you've got this kick-ass body, best that you can, rather, by the way, and don't compare yourself. And this is a challenge for all of us, where we're looking at Facebook, we're looking at Instagram, right? And we have these issues ourselves to go, oh my God, he looks amazing, or she looks amazing. By the way, they're all using filters anyway. So they're all those filters. It's not them anyway, on a lot of occasions. So work on you. Go to work today. Now, it doesn't just mean with Juice Plus, right? Juice Plus is the catalyst that gets things moving. But what it's going to do is it's going to get you focused more on drinking more water. It's going to get you focused a little bit more on your goal swing, Geoff Montagu-Smith, right? It's going to get you focused on going to the gym a little bit more, maybe doing, I mean, I've taken up some spinning recently. I love it, right? Is it easy to do to stay on the game of health? No. But I'd always say have that 80-20 where 80% of the time your diet is clean, you're on your exercise, you're very consistent. And then 20% of the time, you can have a little bit of cake. You can have a nice little bit of biscuit. You can have a nice little bit of whiskey, Geoff, yes. Or a nice beer, whatever it might be, right? 80-20, so that's that. So that's number one, non-negotiable. You have to do that in Juice Plus. Otherwise, you will leave the company. And by the way, take all the products as well, because if you take the products, by the way, your team will do exactly the same as you, guaranteed. We're in a business of duplication, folks. Next one is, right, and this is what I've seen with all the people that get to the top, those 1,800 people worldwide, what they've got to work on is the man or the woman in the mirror that we are looking at every day. Now, yes, Zoe, here she's like, you're nodding her head. We can lie as much as we want to the people around us. We can do that. One person we cannot lie to is the person staring back at us in the mirror. That's it when we brush our teeth morning and night. So with this one is, what we've got to work on is our self-belief. Geoff brought this up. Our self-belief in life. It's this little 4-inch box here. Why am I saying this? Because pretty much during our first 11 or 12 years of life, our personalities and our thought processes are already formed by 11 or 12. And most of that comes from our parents and the people around us at the time. And some of us at 11 or 12 can have what Geoff Roberti would call a bit of stinking thinking. We got to work on your belief, and you might have all sorts of issues, anxiety, all those things that we've got where we need to just pace through them and become a stronger, independent person that's going to make us more successful in life. And by the way, this is a daily thing until we jump into our coffin, right? At the end of our life, we've got to keep chipping away, chip, 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 so become the stronger person. And if you look at all those biographies, right, Richard Branson, Elon Musk, they are massive failures in life, right? They've failed so many times, but you know what? They've had that massive belief. It's like, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to do this and I will make that work. It is going to happen. Bump, bump, bump. And then bam, something happens. That's it. So you've got to work on this self-belief as much as you can. And to do that, make sure you're surrounded by the right peer group. Very important. And make sure you've got the tools in place, the books, the audios, the podcasts, blah, blah, blah. So that's one, self-belief there. And by the way, sometimes you've got to fake it a little bit until you make it. That's part of our business as well. Part of the faking it is you've got to think like a national marketing director, right? You've got to think, I am NMD. So have some things around your house, some post-it notes, right? Even if you do this, right, ladies, don't tell the husband. If you've got to paint this on your ceiling in your bedroom, I am NMD. So when you wake up in the morning, bam, I am NMD, straight into your subconscious, right? If your husband moans, just say, Simon Bowler said. So if you're in the bedroom, standing on the bed today, later on, fantastic. Well done. Good on you. Next one is, is focus. And I talked about this last night. Why? Because we are in the season of many distractions. Summer's here, got away from the monsoon season of May, sun's out, feels beautiful. And what do? We get lapse and we get distracted and we get away from the income producing activities that take us forward in this business. And you know what we do? We go, actually today I'm gonna have a day off, right? I'm gonna lie down on that sun lounger, right? I'm gonna put a little bit of suntan lotion on me, right? Get a piece of cake as well and a few biscuits. Oh, maybe a nice little cappuccino. I'll have a day off, great, fantastic. That's it. Tomorrow is gonna be my Juice Plus day. And you know what? I'm gonna make it up. I'm gonna do twice as much work tomorrow. Sunday comes, anyway, sun's shining tomorrow and you wake up and you go, actually, do you know what? It just looks so good. I'm actually going to do the same. And I'm actually going to put 3 times effort in on the Monday. Then the Monday comes and you do the same. And by the way, before you know it, the summer has gone past and you're back into September and the kids are going back to school and you've taken your foot so much off the gas. What does your Juice Plus business look like? You daren't even look at the figures, right? Right? The check, the payroll's coming on the 10th of the month is horrendous. And then you get in the blame game. Well, actually, it's him or it's her. He's not so good in my business and she's not making it happen. It's the man or the lady in the mirror, ladies and gentlemen, again. So discipline, successful people have huge amounts of discipline day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out. Is it easy? Of course it's not, but you've got to be in that discipline mode to make sure you're doing the income producing activities. Okay, I'm just finishing up now. Geoff Roberti would say you've got to always and always and always stay in the production mode of our business, right? Even if you're at the top height of PMD Plus, only the title is different from what the Partner Plus is. You're doing the same things. You've got a bigger team, yes, probably gone international, but you are doing the same things. 3 things. What you're doing, income producing activities. You are sharing the product, sharing the opportunity, promoting and putting on events like this. 3 things that make your money in this business. That is it. Anything outside of that, you are off track. I'm finishing up now, by the way. So what have you got to do to become a kick-ass leader in this business, like our top guys here? What I'm saying from all of this, guys, is you have got to lead by example. And it's doing the things that you said you were going to do long after the mood left you that you said it in. It's easy to say these things at a convention when you've got all this success around you on stage, you feel pumped. And then you come back home, your boyfriend or your husband or your wife slaps you around the face to bring you back to life, right? And it's hard. It is hard with the ups and the downs. but you've got to stay and lead by example. So this leads on to what? Responsibility, guys. It is full on 110% responsibility that you are taking for your life, because this is not a dress rehearsal. You might think you're coming back as a butterfly or an ant or whatever, but listen, I believe this is one life that we've got. And I don't want each and every one of you, 110 people now, on here, on your tombstone with, I wish, because people are wishing away their lives. I wish I was more active. I wish I looked after my body more. I wish I put more effort into my business. I wish I'd gone to that conference, right? I wish. Don't have that on your gravestone in the churchyard, right? Take responsibility. And then to finish up, I want you to look in the mirror after this call, and I want you to ask yourself this question. Would you sponsor you based on the last 4 weeks of activity in your business? Now, Julie Linwood, she's just gone SSC. Well done, Julie. Right? Yes, exactly. If the answer is yes, yeah, you're doing the right things. Keep on doing what you're doing. If the answer is no, you need to sort yourself out. Now, the great thing about it is, with our business is, you can quit today and start tomorrow. So you can press the green reset button now, bam, today. Yeah, that you can start again. That's the great thing about our business. It's wonderful, unlike any other businesses. So would you sponsor you? And the next one to finish off is, would you follow you now? Would you follow you, right? Are you a good example? Are you sexy in the business? Do you look attractive, right? Are people going to want to follow you on Instagram or Facebook? Are you posting enough? Are you doing enough Facebook's lives? Are you sponsoring enough people? Are you putting enough personal customers on? These are all the questions that make a very successful leader in our business, where you, ladies and gentlemen, can start to take control of your lives, because this is the best ticket that you're going to ever have in your life. I can guarantee you, unless you've got rich parents or you're going to win the lottery, right? That's it. This is the ticket you can ride, where you can rock back in your wheelchair, in your armchair when you're 80 and go, what an amazing life I've had. Just like James Sanderson's going to do, by the way, right? That's it. So that's all for me. Listen, I can go. I feel very passionate at the moment. I really do, because there's some good things happening in a business. We've got huge ambition. We've got new countries coming on. We've got new products. It is a great time, of course. We've got Corona going on. Everybody's focused on their health and looking after the body. Could not be a better time. So set yourself up for success, not failure. Thanks a lot. I'll hand back to our beautiful hostess, Julia Norton.
Simon, that was amazing. Didn't I tell you that everyone needs to listen when Simon speaks? I just want to remind you, Simon, it was 7 years ago coming up that you phoned me. I was walking around Sainsbury's and I got to queue at MD, and I was like, wow, they actually phone you. And during lockdown, I made the decision to go to NMD. I just made it, like you said, play the long game. That was just incredible. And I just want to say to James, thank you so much for inviting me to be hostess today. And I'm going to hand back to Paula. It's been incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you, Simon.
Good to see you, Julia.
Amazing. And you.
Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you so much for sharing our hostess job today. And Simon, that was absolutely incredible as always. I've just honestly taken so many notes, and yeah, I'm just blown away by everything you've said as always. So thanks for joining us this morning. And thank you everybody for joining us. It's been an incredible morning. I'd like to thank every single one of the speakers for sharing your golden nuggets, and also for James for putting this on, and everyone please put a big thank you to James. Now I just want to talk about a June cashback that we've got going on before I say goodbye to everyone. So if I'm sure everyone's already aware of this, but we've got this amazing deal on the back of the Bonanza. So basically in June, from the 1st of June, already started, to the 30th of June, if anybody signs up, and they will get 50% off their registration if they get 200 points in that first month. Simon, you can tell me if I'm saying this wrong.
Oh, go on, you're right.
Yeah, okay, good. So basically that's just really one order, like one premium capsule order, or some shakes and a bit of something else. So that's easy peasy to do. So basically they'll get 50% back from their £50. Now, to get it even better, if they get 400 points, so if you're new, then go to whoever sponsored you to find out what the points are, and they'll tell you straight away. You'll get 100% of your sign-up fee. So basically you've got a free business. I remember my first business cost me about £50,000. So to get a free business in Juice Plus, I mean, you've got to just get this out there to everyone that you possibly can. Or you can get the 100% cashback free, you can get 200 points and sign up your own new partner. Okay, so I mean, it's an amazing deal. Put in the comments, please, what you think about that deal and who is going to really step on this and get in lots and lots of new partners to get started over summer, so we don't have that dip during the summer months, like Simon was saying. So when it gets to the 10th of September, we're going, wow, look at our paychecks. And we've got all these amazing new partners that are also saying exactly the same. So guys, I really hope that you take advantage of that offer. The June cashback, so it's this month only, so start cracking with that. Go to your upline, find out more about it if you don't know about it. And I'd love you to please put in just before we go, just pop in the comments what your top takeaways were from today. And also I'd love you to just go through your notes and just write down, you're not going to take away every single bit. You're going to get completely overwhelmed. Just go through and just write down the things that you're going to start with to help push your business to the next level. What are you going to do today? Don't leave today without making some kind of action plan of what you're going to do, because otherwise you'll go to see your kids, go out in the sunshine, and the next thing, pour a glass of wine in the sunshine, and then you might forget all about this morning. So just go down, just write down, scribble down your plans. What are your action plans to take your business to the next level? So I want to thank every single one of you for giving up your Saturday morning, as I said, all the speakers and superstar Simon, and what Simon says we've got to do. So it's
my wife.
Yeah, exactly right. And so get your NMD on your ceiling. So thank you everyone, and we'll see you hopefully, is it this time next month? We'll get that out there. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks everyone, and thanks James.
Thanks,
so everyone want to give us a wave?
Bye everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Weekend.
Bye.
Awesome.